Hi guys, it's Chelsea and welcome back to my channel. So you're probably going to see a few videos of me in this blue shirt, and it's just because I have a lot of free time right now since while I'm in Ohio I have a lot of downtime and free time, so I thought I would just have a day where I would make a few videos, and so that way I could post a few more videos over the next couple of days because I haven't posted really in a while. But yeah, so this video is going to be my sorority experience, and I know I kind of told you guys a little bit about my sorority, but I thought I would tell you guys the entire process. And if I already made this video, I'm sorry, but it's gonna happen again. So if people didn't watch the first video, they can see this video, and there might be a few different facts that are different from the first video than this video. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into the video. So, for any of you guys who are wondering, I am part of Alpha Gamma Delta at West Virginia Wesleyan College. That is the sorority that I am in. On our campus, we have 4 sororities and 5 fraternities. And so what happens is, usually they have a fall recruitment, and the first kind of thing to kick it off is called a harvest party. And so I went to that my fall semester. And it was kind of really overwhelming because I didn't know what to expect, and I never thought of myself as a sorority girl, just because I wanted to focus on the things that I needed to continue through college and to get my major and stuff. And so anyway, so I went to this harvest party because I thought it'd be cool, and my Chloe, Caitlin, and Catherine were going, so I was okay, this should be fun. And so I went through, I think Alpha Gamma Delta was my last one that I went to, and all of the other ones, the first 3 before them, sorry, my air conditioning just kicked on, but the first 3 were kind of very overwhelming to me. The first 2 had a lot more people than the last 2. And I was just really overwhelmed, and I was this is not for me. I am not joining a sorority. So freshmen couldn't go into a sorority their first semester because I don't know what the ruling is, I guess, on it, but I think it's just because they're freshmen and they don't have their first semester is just them getting used to college. So we were allowed to go into our spring semester. We were allowed to join a sorority, and so we had a week of I guess you call it rush, but for us it's recruitment / rush, I guess. But so we had that week, and I didn't go to any of the recruitment because I just was I didn't want to do it because of I didn't have a bad experience at the harvest party, but I just didn't like it, and I didn't think I really was gonna be a sorority girl. So anyway, so I went in, and what happened was Caitlin, Chloe, and Catherine were all going through recruitment. And so for you, those of you who don't know, Chloe has a cat, and his name is Milo, and he's the cutest thing in the world. So I would go to Chloe and Caitlin's room, and I would watch Milo while they were at the recruitment things, and it was just fun. I just sat there, and then I would just sit there for a few hours, 2-3 hours, and just watch, sit with Milo and hang out and do homework and other stuff. And so I was the middle person for all 3 of them. I knew exactly where they wanted to go, and who what their top choices were and how they felt about everything. And then, so I kind of knew, at the end, by bid day, before bid day, which ones they were hoping to get into. And so the day of bid day, I was with my family, and we were out, my dad and my brother were getting their haircuts, so we were kind of just going around, and we ate lunch and stuff like that. And so then me and my mom had to go get money from an ATM to pay for their haircuts. And so I had gotten a voicemail, and my phone, my sound was off. So I got a voicemail, and I was okay, no, I didn't know the number, but I was okay, who gave me, who's this person, and why are they, why do I have a voicemail from this person? And so I listened to the voicemail, and it was our VP of recruitment. Her name is Delaney, And so she just said that they gave me an open bid and they were hoping that I would take it, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't go through recruitment, like I didn't do any of that stuff that like everybody else did. And I was like, oh my goodness. So I talked to my mom and my parents about it, my mom and my dad about it, and I thought about it on the way back to campus because I lived like 30 minutes from campus, so it like took me a while to get back to campus. So I thought about it, and I got there, and I first texted my group of friends, which is us, me, Caitlin, Chloe, and Catherine had a group chat. So I texted them and I was like, I'm taking the bid, because like they knew, because I told them, I was like, I just got an open bid from Alpha Gamma Delta, and I was like, I'm taking the bid. And they're like so excited because Chloe and Catherine were in Alpha Gamma Delta, because that was where their bid cards were from, and Caitlin was part of the Z's, I think that's where she is. And so then I texted Delaney and I was like, hey, I'm taking the bid. And so then I texted my mom, I was like, I'm taking the bid. Like, my mom was the last person to figure out that I was taking this bid. So I was like, I'm going to take the bid. And I told her, and I texted her, and I was like, I'll get jobs, I will pay for this. And she's like, no, we'll help with like the financial stuff. And I was like, okay. So like we kind of like did like half and half. Like she paid for some of it, I paid for some of it, and it was an easy method to do. And so that happened, and I was really excited. And so then they're like, okay, come to the suite, which was where Caitlin and Chloe lived, was in the building where the suites were at. So I walked over to our building, and that building, because I was like across campus, so my building was across campus from where the suites were, so I walked across campus, and so I walked across campus, and I got there, and someone let me in. And so then I found Delaney, and we like went into this like other room, and she got my friends Caitlin and Em, which I'm pretty sure I said their like names before in this video. Like they're my like guard captain and co-captain, and they like helped me through like all my anxiety and stuff before. And so Em came in first and was like, oh my goodness, like you're taking this bid, like I'm so like excited. And then Caitlin came in and was like, she was like a little more excited than Em was, and she's like, can I hug you? And I was like, yeah. And they're like both so excited, and I was like, oh my god, yes. So then I got my bid card, and like we signed it and everything, and so we went in, and like Caitlin like introduced like me to everybody, and everyone was like screaming in the suite, and I was like, oh my god, like this is a lot, this is very overwhelming for one person, and I was like very overwhelmed. And so yeah, so that day was bid day, and we kind of just hung out, and I think we figured out who our bigs were that day, like that night. And then like the next day was jump, and so we went, like that's when we get in the quad at campus, and like the quad, which is in between like where my building was last year, where McCuskey was, and like two other buildings that are connected. There's like the quad, which is in the middle of those, and that's where we go, and we like represent all the sororities and the fraternities and their new members. And yeah, so that is how I became a member of Alpha Gamma Delta, and I was really excited, and I'm still excited now that I am part of a sorority. I have met so many amazing people, and I've gotten so many amazing like shirts and like other little like knick-knack things, I guess, and like canvases and stuff like that, and I've met so many amazing people through that, and I've had so many more like opportunities and like job opportunities and stuff like that, and I just can't wait to see what it holds for me in the future. So thanks for watching my video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next video.